All right, so another Mustang video. I did some reorganizing in my garage, so now I have the car indoors, so I can now kind of start working on things. So I did a little, again, ambitious the other day, and decided to, see what the Bondo situation was on the front here. So I could be nice to not to have to replace the entire, you know, front fender if I don't have to. The rest of it's looking pretty good, but there's a few spots on it where we're like, it looks like somebody's been in there. And sure enough, we have a little patch job on the front here, which isn't, not too bad. I'm gonna see if I can fix that instead of buying a whole new fender, because everything else looks good on it. Doesn't look like it's been messed with at all. But yeah, and then over on this side, I'll definitely probably need a new fender. You can see giant hole in here. There was a mouse nest in here too, as well as a bunch of body filler, which is now over here. As you can see, there's just chunks, and this paper was inside. It's still attached to that bit of body filler. It's pretty thick. Yeah, that is now off of that. So yeah, I think I'll have to get a new fender for that. But yeah, not looking too terrible. I have it on, see my little setup here. So I wheeled it in to the garage, and now I have on these little car dollies, which is kind of nice. Now I have room to move it around if I need. Create a little space. If I want, depends on which side I've got to work on. Yeah. So it's kind of nice to get working on this thing. It's been a couple weeks since I did anything, so I think first thing first, I'm gonna kind of get rid of all the wiring inside, kind of document where everything goes. Now, since I've got to get a new wiring harness, I'm gonna see what's going on with it and see if I can get the rest of the interior out. Eventually, then I'll start taking like doors off and gotta get the hood off and trunk and all the exterior components so I can start working on things. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get the interior out now. So stay tuned. Okay, so let's see if we can get this dash panel off. Now, luckily the last guy that was in here removed most of the screws that hold this thing on. So there should only be a few left that aren't, there's a lot of stuff in here. There we go. A lot of dirt, and still smells like a bit like a mouse house. Yeah, so all the screws are gone, which is never, I don't know, it's not ideal. Because you kind of, if you know all the screws are gone, then you know that somebody was in here already. So who knows what is going on, or what I'll find. Hard to say. But I'm expecting to find more mouse houses. It looks like the lines to the heater were replaced at some point, so maybe that's why somebody was in here. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. That's not a big deal. As long as there wasn't a lot of muck around with everything, which generally doesn't matter anyway. It'll all get replaced and fixed. So, and that is almost it. What do we got here? Oh yeah, there should be. There's still screws right there. Nope. Nope, nothing there. Ow, that's sharp. Oh, yeah, I see something. There's one. And yeah, this should be it. All the other ones seem to be out and gone, so. Okay. Why? What is going? Why are you fighting me? And release. Wait, come on. Should be something. Just pops right off. Yeah. Okay. What's fighting me here? There must be another screw in there. I see something here. I have to get another screwdriver. All right. I need another screwdriver. Okay. There must be something else in there. Okay, so there were a couple more screws in there than I thought. So there's these side covers on each side. It's one screw to get those off, and then another one holding the dash pad off. I didn't record that. You didn't. You didn't miss a lot. Just to me breathing heavy and swearing a bit. So that was about it. I'll put those. Save those pieces, they're still good. And now this piece comes right off. Look at that. Easy. It actually is in pretty decent shape. I'm going to clean it up before I put it away. Yeah, it's not looking too bad actually. Gonna need a new speaker. Looks like a mouse was living in there too. There's only one real bad spot on it, and it's that rip. But I'm gonna see if I can do, I don't know, maybe there's some kind of repair kit for vinyl or something. Other than that, like, there's no cracks or anything in it, so I'd hate to have to buy a new one just for that little cut, but who knows? We'll see. We'll get this out of the way. Yeah, there's the dash in all its glory. So the next step is to kind of just keep going. Get the glove box out of there, the lower dash, the gauge cluster, get that steering column out and disconnected and stuff, but yeah, it's not looking actually too bad in there. Let's see if I can take you on a tour here. Get this out of the way without falling down. Yeah, doesn't look too terrible. And then I'm surprised there aren't, like, isn't like a giant mouse nest or anything. Even back there, you can see a little bit of rust back in there, which should be expected. But I bet deep inside there, in the heater system, there will be a few mice. No doubt. They like living in those. But yeah, we'll see if we can keep going and get the rest of that stuff out of there. Alright, so I just got the gauge cluster off, and I don't know if anybody can see that. The gauges look excellent on this thing, which is fantastic. It's gonna look really good once it gets cleaned up and get all the dirt off it. Yeah, if anybody was wondering, that's what the backside looks like. There's just, that was the speedometer cable, and there's just a little plastic tab you just tip, and it push on the bottom and it tipped off, and that's it for that. And then yeah, the connector just slides into this. You can see all these ribbon cables. They actually look not too bad. There's one little thing there, but that's the thing with these ribbon cables. I fixed these before. These are just copper overlaid with some plastic. If you see a break or something, you can just solder in a piece of wire if you know where it goes. Yeah, they're not too bad to fix. See, what's that over there? That's the alternator. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible. So that's always a plus. So I won't have to be buying a new one of these. So as you can imagine, it's probably stuff like that isn't cheap, especially gauges and things. So that'd be real nice. Be able to reuse that. It's good. And then what else did I get out? Got the gauge out, and yeah, faceplate. That's about it. Yeah, keeping all my screws separate, but I don't think I'll be reusing them. There's like 4 different kinds of wood screws I've pulled out of this thing so far, so I may just buy all new stuff. Screws are not too bad, fairly easy to find, so yeah, I'll keep on plugging away. Okay, so I don't know how far I'll get tonight. I think the next real big thing to take out is the steering column, and I'm not feeling super ambitious to do that this evening. But I still have to document where all the wiring goes. It actually doesn't look too bad in here. Like all the wires, they're fairly together. So I think once I get it out, I'll have to take a good look at it. Maybe I don't need a complete wiring harness. Maybe I just need a few odds and ends. And it does look like somebody was in here before. That's that main connector right there. As you can see, speedometer cable. And then it looks like there's 2 little pigtails over there that weren't plugged in. And I think that went to the ammeter to let you know if the alternator's charged or not. They weren't plugged in. So that means somebody was in here. So, yeah, nothing looks too bad. There's the throttle cable back there. You can see it moving. Yeah, this is a heater vent there, an adjustment of some sort. Everything's seized. Yeah, like if you try to move all this stuff, like if you really push on it, it's going to break something. Yeah, so I'll take some photos where all the wires go when I have to put it back. Yeah, this, I don't know what that is. That's just sitting there. That was, who knows? I don't. If somebody knows, feel free to comment. I don't think it's just supposed to be rattling around in there. I'm pretty sure. I bet it goes somewhere. Has a home. Looks like somebody was quite the. What is that? There's a lot of speakers. Speaker wire. Somebody was kind of rigging up, getting their sound system all together here. Didn't come to fruition, but all right. We'll see what else I can find. Okay, well, I think that's it for me tonight. I have the wiring harness all disconnected. Got the gauge cluster out, you guys saw that already. The heater controls are out. That was a real pain in the ass, turns out. Yeah, he doesn't look like much, but there's one screw right at the very back that you have to pop out. That, yeah, just tough to get at, you know. Everything else came apart pretty simply. Everything's got plugs on it on the back, so they just pulled right off. Yeah, wiring doesn't look as bad as I thought it would, so that's all right. But yeah, next step is probably dropping that steering column and pulling that out, and then I can get the rest of this dash out. That's all one chunk of steel that goes all the way across. And then, yeah, all the heater stuff, and get that out of the way too. So that will probably be in the next video though. So, all right, we'll see you next time.